I knew it. I called it. Didn't I say this was coming? Soggy has just delivered a massive blow to Dogpack's BS narrative. Sure, not all of his points are perfect, but it's refreshing to see the tide turning towards a more balanced take on this drama. Now, not to pat myself on the back or anything, but I did do a video 4 weeks ago where I said this was going to happen. I said these two clout-chasing goobers were just out to exploit MrBeast for attention and cash. So yeah. Toot toot. Don't mess with my toot toot. Soggy dropped an extensive video dissecting all of Dogpack's claims, and absolutely demolished most of them. He brought some great points to the table, and okay, yeah, he messed up a few times. Oh, Soggy mate, why didn't you just disclose that you were being paid? Come on, you've got to be upfront with that kind of stuff. Anyways, that's what this video is about. I'll be diving into Soggy's biggest and best arguments against Dogpack, as well as going over some of his weaker ones. Like the idea that Rosanna, there's mold in this cheese, I swear I didn't fake it, Pansino, and Jake Weddle are victims here.
What do you mean I'm a bad guy?
Rosanna is a victim of Dogpack in the same way Yoko Ono is a victim of the Beatles. We'll unpack that later. And Jake, well, you're probably watching this, so I've got some personal advice for you later. Don't forget to like as well, Jake. Thanks, man. No matter how you feel about MrBeast, good or bad, and honestly I don't really care either way, one thing is clear now. Dogpack is a disgruntled ex-employee bent on taking down the company by any means necessary. I'm as mad as hell! And I'm gonna try and take down MrBeast. Oh, and for anyone wondering, yes, MrBeast did an interview with Umperville. I'll be breaking that down in a future video. It's kind of a garbage video anyway. For now, we'll just stick with the claims that Dogpack made against MrBeast in his original videos, as well as Soggy Cereal's debunking of those claims. I also want to make it clear that this video isn't about glazing MrBeast. That's not my job, that's Ava Tyson's job. This video is actually about how Dogpack doesn't care if MrBeast is a good or a bad guy. He only cares about destroying MrBeast's reputation and destroying his career because he is a crybaby silly goose that got butthurt and he was fired. Sorry, let's break it down.
Why was it not a record player?
So Dogpack made 3 big claims in his videos. 1. MrBeast fakes his videos. 2. He runs illegal lotteries. And 3. He knowingly hired sex offenders. So let's start with the least serious one. Hiring a sex... Kidding. The CGI. Let's talk about the CGI claim. Honestly, this was one of those things that I never cared about from the start. It's not like he used CGI to fake his stunts or outcomes. It's just touch-up CGI. It's a common thing. Jimmy's been upfront about this for years, proudly showing it off ever since his Squid Game video.
Problem is, some sets aren't realistic, like this one and this one. So I called in these guys to help me bring them to life.
We're gonna show you how it's done.
I genuinely think Dogpack only included this in his video so he could have a section where he quickly points out a lot of things in a row that are CGI and quote-unquote fake to help make his argument look better.
Train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
But in a video where you're discussing serious topics like sexual assault and grooming, bringing up minor shit like CGI touch-ups is just petty. Hey MrBeast, why don't you go put a bit of CGI over that Shadman poster, yeah? So in my opinion, the CGI controversy is a complete non-issue. Dogpack just used it as a way to pad his other shitty arguments, and it came back to bite him in his ass. It's not deceptive, it's not unethical, it's just good production value. Moving on. Okay, so the illegal lotteries. Again, not to sound like a broken record, but I can't explain how much I didn't care about this. It was never a big deal to me. I always assumed that even if it were illegal, it wasn't intentional. I mean, come on, before Dogpack's video, I didn't even think of these as lotteries. They just felt like typical low-effort shitty giveaways from YouTubers.
I can't believe people are still doing fucking giveaways. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel.
And guess what? Soggy's own video proved me right. He showed it was only the very first lottery that had issues. It was clearly a mistake, and MrBeast corrected it moving forward. Like, why even include that in your video if you know he corrected it? It's almost like you're just a silly goose trying to take him down. So we're 2 for 2 on Soggy Cereal's video against Dogpack. Let's move on to the most serious claim. hiring a sex offender. With the hiring of an SO and Jimmy knowing about Ava's degeneracy claims, I feel like Soggy absolutely dismantled those arguments as well, or at least the spirit of the argument that Dogpack was putting forward. Dogpack was making it seem like MrBeast was this evil genius hiring known sex offenders so that they could be around kids all day, with the vague claims he makes alongside him and Rosina going to the FBI trying to build a narrative that Jimmy is this secret SO pedophile mastermind, when in reality, Jimmy's childhood friend turned out to be a sicko. And when Jimmy was building a company, he hired a random guy from Best Buy that turned out to be an SO. That's life. Move on. Now, for the parts that I do want to call Soggy out on. Like I mentioned, Rosanna and Jake Weddle aren't victims. Rosanna has been a cranky pants for years, ever since she lost the hide and seek challenge. Which is fair enough, I can see why she'd be pissed, but she definitely has a vendetta against MrBeast, so that has to be taken into account. And I mean, the only thing Jake Weddle is a victim of is thinking that he's smarter than people, combined with low self-esteem. That's a fun combo. Hoisted by my own retard, I believe is the saying.
Never look it up. Your explanation is way better.
And the second thing I want to call Soggy Biscuit out on is that he was paid and working with MrBeast's team, so he can't fully go after MrBeast. I personally don't think this even affected his opinion, but it means his detractors can claim he was a paid opposition agent. We already know this is Doggy style.
Dude, you are controlled opposition.
Before I go, here's my message for Jake. And Jake, like I said, you're probably watching this video. I've seen you comment on videos that have like 100 views. But your role in this drama, as well as scamming Beast out of 50k, you have just ruined your chance of ever being taken seriously by your peers in comedy, or finding an audience that respects you. The only way to rekindle any hope of your career is to delete everything you posted about MrBeast, distance yourself from Dogpack and Rosanna, give the 50k you stole from MrBeast back to a charity. Until then,
you're off the artistic roll call forever. End of story. Okay?